¿Cómo se siente usted siendo el pintor más famoso del mundo?
Es que no sé si soy el pintor más famoso del mundo, porque hay mucha gente que me pidan por la calle autógrafos y realmente no saben si soy un cantante, un actor de cine, un loco, un escritor, no se sabe bien lo que soy. Bonjour, good morning. Is for the first time Dali born with any kind of traumatism. Little blood, symbolic blood. And milk again. Milk of today born and some symbolic fish of Mediterranean people. This is the blood of Gala and the blood of divine David.
¿Qué cree usted que le ha aportado usted al arte en general?
Al arte absolutamente nada.
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 ¿Y a la vida?
Porque no, porque lo digo siempre, soy muy mal pintor por la razón de que soy demasiado inteligente para ser buen pintor. Para ser buen pintor hay que ser un poco burro.
¿Y a la vida?
A menos Velázquez, que es un genio que pasa de mucho al acto pictórico. Y a la vida pues le debo todo, porque el día que Dalí hiciera un cuadro bien hecho como Velázquez o como Vermeer o como Rafael, o una música como Mozart, la semana siguiente uno se muere. Y entonces yo prefiero hacer cuadros malos y vivir más tiempo.
The Spanish painter Salvador Dali is still seriously ill after an operation to treat burns he suffered when his bedroom caught fire. The accident has brought to light rumours about the way he's been treated by those around him.
At the hospital in Barcelona, where surgeons operated for over 6 hours on Dali's burns, his lawyer has agreed to cooperate with any inquiry. A magistrate has already begun an investigation into the fire at the castle. A second official investigation has been ordered into serious allegations of criminal mishandling of Dali's commercial affairs and of the marketing of fake Dali oil paintings, watercolours and drawings, and the apparent failure to keep a complete inventory of the artist's works.
The figure that emerged from the Barcelona hospital in 1984 shocked Dali's friends and the public. Since the death of his wife, Gala, 2 years earlier, he'd lived as a recluse in the castle in which she's buried, isolating himself completely from the outside world. After recovering from his burns, Dali returned to Figueras near the French border, the town in which he grew up, to the Torre Galatea, Gala's tower, which he dedicated to his wife and decorated with characteristic Dali motifs, giant eggs and loaves of bread. This palace is now Dali's home. Dali never leaves this building and has rarely been seen since he came to live there. Closely guarded by his business managers, he remains a mysterious and controversial figure, ignoring the international furore about forgeries of his work and refusing to see even his closest friends. The building in which he lives is next to his final monument, the Dali Museum, which he's created from the ruins of the old town theatre. Its construction has been his main preoccupation for the last 15 years.
All my ambition is reconstruct my early adolescent period.
Here in Figueras?
In Figueras, and Cadaqués, and Portugal.
But you went to school here?
Exactly, school. All my early remembrance and erotic events happen exactly in this place, and for this is the more legitimate place for my museum exists.
On the ceiling of the museum, Dali painted a vast mural, glorifying the story of his life with Gala.
This is the second sequence of my work, because for the moment there's already 3 consecutive years of work. And today start again, and probably miraculously achieve one masterpiece in the 3 or 4 next hours of time. Butterfly.
From behind this door, in a darkened room, Dali controls the running of the museum, which will one day be his memorial.
Voy todas las tardes a ver a Dalí y paso 2 o 3 horas con él hasta que se duerme.
¿Qué piensa de la muerte y cómo enfoca la suya?
La vida y la muerte, efectivamente, son 2 constantes muy presentes, totalmente presentes en el arte español. No se puede hablar de arte español sin tener presente estas 2 ideas, desde nuestros visionarios a nuestros santos a nuestros grandes artistas. Y Dalí participa de esta idea de una manera total y absoluta, qué duda cabe. Es un hombre que vive en una permanente preocupación por la muerte. Le preocupa mucho y le asusta mucho la idea de tener que morir.
I lived through my death before living my life. My brother died of meningitis at the age of 7, 3 years before I was born. I feel he was a kind of test run of myself, a sort of extreme genius. It was no accident that he was named Salvador, like my father, Salvador Dali Arena, and like me. His death shook my mother to the very depths of her being. His precociousness, his genius, his grace, his handsomeness were to her so many delights. His disappearance was a terrible shock. My parents' despair was assuaged only by my own birth, but their misfortune still penetrated every cell of their bodies. Their anxiety never left me. Many's the time I have relived the life and death of this elder brother, whose traces were everywhere when I achieved awareness. I deeply experienced the persistence of his presence as both a trauma and a sense of being outdone.